We need to talk about something that's been happening in the beauty space recently. Brand owners are taking their drama public. We're seeing CEOs and founders ranting about dupes, clapping back about criticism regarding their brand, and they are even posting full-on reaction videos surrounding their brand. But here's the big question. Are they taking it too far? Are these social media outbursts making them look completely unprofessional and hurting their brand? So today we are going to be breaking down all of this, and we're going to see if this trend is helping or completely hurting makeup brands. Brand owners essentially taking to social media and ranting and raving about different things that are happening and what's changing in the beauty space. So first thing we're going to be doing is my makeup. While we talk about this controversial conversation, the biggest question that comes to mind is, does it make them look professional? While some may argue that transparent communication demonstrates transparency, uh, in return that builds trust with consumers. So like they can argue that it does build transparency with their consumers. Others are also arguing that these emotional outbursts on social media actually hurt the brand and make it seem completely unstable. We have seen countless brands address controversies and scandals about their brand publicly to clear the air, and sometimes it backfires and sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes those public statements help the brand, they help the brand grow, and they do just what people are arguing that it does, is it creates transparency and it builds trust with their consumers. The professionalism of these posts. One is transparent communication. If handled well, these videos can demonstrate transparency, whether the CEO directly addresses customer concerns and demonstrates accountability for their brand. In a world where consumers and customers value authenticity, this could honestly enhance a brand's credibility more than hurt it. Brand values can be seen in posts like this. CEOs engaging in constructive conversations and addressing controversies respectfully can reflect positively in the company's values. It shows that the CEO is invested in the brand's reputation and they are willing to take responsibility. Great example would be the December 2024 controversy with Ensley Rain Cosmetics. Ensley Rain was caught in a scandal allegedly following social media accounts that spoke against specific communities. The brand addressed the scandal, displaying their values about the specific topic. And then my third point is these types of posts can really build trust with your community, with your consumers. Reaction videos or statements can help build trust if the CEO actively listens to feedback and makes adjustments to improve the brand. This shows that the company is proactive, customer focused, and that they are investing in the company and what their consumers have to say for the better. Essentially, it builds brand trust. These types of rants and posts can also pose very unprofessional looks, the unprofessionalism of these posts. And this is probably the biggest thing that we see with a lot of these posts that are actually happening is that emotional outbursts are happening. CEOs are ranting or displaying extreme emotions, and it makes the brand seem very unprofessional or unstable. It may harm the brand's image, which can create a perception that the CEO cannot handle stress or criticism. Charlotte Tilbury has taken a stance against the entire dupe culture, and she took to her brand's website to post a rant containing information about her product and how it performs above the rest. She called out legendary for a reason, and she said in her post that Charlotte Tilbury has been disrupting the beauty industry and breaking records from day one, innovating beauty secrets that have revolutionized the beauty industry and become legendary. She said that she has worked as a makeup artist for supermodels and stars on every red carpet, runway, and magazine, and everyone everywhere wants to steal her beauty secrets. She says, sorry, darlings, but Charlotte Tilbury is undupable. Why? Charlotte has bottled her 33 years of artistry and expertise into easy to use, innovative formulas. Charlotte puts skin first, working with world leading scientists to supercharge each of her makeup and skincare products with science backed skin loving ingredients to create high performance formulas that are subtle. That are suitable for all skin types. Charlotte ensures every single product goes through rigorous testing. She will not launch a formula unless it is perfect. And all Charlotte Tilbury products have been cruelty free since their launch in 2013. Emotional outbursts like this can make the brand seem like they are unaccepting of what's happening in the beauty industry, that they are too emotional, that they can't handle stress. In this specific situation, Charlotte Tilbury has come to post on her social media platforms regarding the entire dupe industry, with what's going on with her brand being duped. And this can lead to many consumers wondering if the brand can handle the stress, but it also leads one to believe or wonder, and leads one to wonder, like, is the brand really doing good because they have all this competition? The other unprofessionalism of these posts is that they diminish the issue. If a CEO reacts defensively or dismissively to a valid concern, it can escalate the situation greatly and make consumers feel unheard. This could lead to a larger backlash and damage the brand's reputation. There has been a lot of controversy that has centered around the Patrick Ta brand, from moldy makeup to not paying creators to also backlash from pricing structures that he has used for certain products. A prime example of that would be his eyeshadow duos that released for holiday time in 2024. When these were first announced, nobody knew the price of these holiday duos and everybody was really interested in them. And then come to find out, these holiday duos were actually $42 for two eyeshadows, and consumers were like super mad. They were wondering how he could charge such a steep price point when you can buy a full Patrick Ta eyeshadow palette for $69.
Let's have a little conversation about my eyeshadow duos. There has been a lot of conversation around my eyeshadow duos and the pricing, so I wanted to get on here and just talk about the formula. The eyeshadows in these duos are not your normal eyeshadows. These are not a pressed formula. These are not a cream. These are what you call a slurry. What is so special about this formula to me is that this formula has no filler in it. This is a baked formula and you are getting 100% pearl. I wanted to pull out some other products that are out there on the market right now just to show you guys the pricing. So this is a fan favorite right now. This is $24 for 1.7 grams of product. And I don't want to say if this product has a filler or not, or a base, but with mine, you are getting 4 grams of 100% pearl.
So in response to the questions and, in response to just, the controversy in general, Patrick Ta took to his TikTok to point out other brands that price their shadows at a high price point, and they're usually a single shadow. And he also pointed out that those single shadows are similar, but also differ from his formulation because his formulation contained pearls in the formulation, whereas the other formulations did not. He took a whole bunch of makeup brands. He pointed out each individual eyeshadow that was priced at a certain price point, and he also highlighted on the fact that these were priced higher for one single shadow than what it was for his two shadows. He also called out the other brands' formulation differences, stating that they had pearlescent features in the Patrick Ta, which actually costs more money. This undoubtedly led to a lot of consumer backlash again, and it also led to damaging of the brand's reputation by calling out other brands and pretty much not addressing the actual issue, just defending the issue. Overexposure. This is something big that we're seeing in 2025 because a lot of brand owners have their own social media accounts aside from their actual brand accounts. So if a CEO's personal opinions or behavior become the center of attention, it may detract from the brand itself. A CEO should be focused on guiding the brand professionally, not getting embroiled in personal drama or controversies. One thing to always make note of when you are a brand owner, but also you have your own public accounts. So, Patrick Ta has his brand accounts, but I guarantee you he might have his own like personal accounts as well. The same goes for some other makeup brands like Rare Beauty has Rare Beauty, but Selena Gomez is her own person and she has her own social media accounts as well. Is that these brand owners need to be aware of what and how they word things, even from their private posting standpoints. So, getting mixed up in the drama of something going on in any community can be detrimental to the brand, whether you intended it to be or not. And this actually just doesn't speak for people in the makeup space, but it also speaks for people in general who are small, who are brand owners, and they have either a private account or they use their brand account to make public posts about other things and follow other people. This can honestly hurt any brand in any situation. While being open and communicative is essential, whether you're like in any media, whether you're in beauty or some other media, CEOs really need to balance their reaction videos and their statements carefully. They should aim for professionalism and empathy and come up with a solutions oriented approach. Emotional reactions, outbursts, rants, or even just overreactions can potentially harm their brand for the negative, not the positive. Well measured, like if you do a constructive response, it could foster loyalty and trust with your consumers. Ultimately, how a CEO reacts to a controversy depends on how aligned their behavior is with the brand's values and how it resonates with the customer base. Are CEOs going too far with their rants, with their raves, with their postings on social media? Is it hurting them or is it helping them? Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. I hope you guys consider subscribing before you go, and I hope I get to see you in my next video. Bye!